So if you haven't met me before, my name's Claire. I'm the DBT Community Manager. And what we're going to go through today is just what's happening at the conference, how you can make sure that you get the most out of it, and yeah, all of our different tips and what we're looking forward to the most. So you might have noticed that I have this Coalesce tab open. So if you aren't able to get there, it's getdbt.com/coalesce. I also have it bookmarked because I'm on this site all the time. And this is really the best place to get all of the information about the agenda for the event. You'll notice that we're doing this conference across 5 different days, 4 different time zones. Time zones are a bit of a headache, as everyone in data knows. And so this website is really the best way to keep track of all of that. If you haven't yet registered, definitely go ahead and click that register now button. And that will take you over to Crowdcast, which is where we'll be streaming all the different sessions. If you keep scrolling down, you can see every single session that we're running. December 7th, Monday, is sort of our pre-event. Think of it as, that first sort of event before the actual conference that used to happen when we got to hang out in real life, and you go check out the booths and see what's happening, see what the decorations are and all those different things. And so this is really just us getting a warm-up in. We do have some DBT 101 sessions. I'm going to be starting them off with my co-worker, Carly, who is our head of solutions architecture. And we're basically doing these DBT 101 sessions because we want to make sure that every single attendee at the conference is familiar with DBT. And that's because most of our content sort of assumes a familiarity with DBT. We're really focusing on content for the DBT community. And so if you aren't yet familiar with DBT, try and make it along to one of these sessions, or perhaps in the next week, try out our Getting Started tutorial, try out our new Learn course, and just sort of get used to DBT, wrap your head around it. And I think you'll get so much more value out of the rest of the conference. On this pre-event day, we're also hearing from a couple of my co-workers, Grant, Sanjana, Andrew, Christine, and Erica. And they're going to be sharing some of their different playbooks for different modeling problems, how to tackle modeling a customer product journey and how to version control your metrics, which should feel super relevant as we're heading into OKR season, which I think everyone is at this point in their company. We've got another DBT 101 happening in the afternoon. And you'll notice that we've got this first one listed as EU and US friendly, and this one being more US, probably West Coast, and AU friendly. And all of these times are listed in ET, which is great for me. I happen to be on Eastern time right now. But if you're not, it's really good to know that if you click on any of these links, hit the Add to Calendar button, and then I use Gmail. Give it a second. This calendar event that gets added to your calendar will be saved in Eastern time, which means that when you switch back to your own time, it will do the time conversion for you. We might look at that for sort of like a Pacific time later on in the schedule. Probably shouldn't have done it for an Eastern time one. So that's sort of the first tip. Make sure you add every single session that you're interested in to your calendar. That way you'll get all of the time zone conversion done for you. On each page, we have some information about what to expect at the session. We've got some information about who's speaking. This is me looking very serious, as well as the ability to follow people on Twitter if that's something that you're into. So that's me again, also looking serious. So yeah, this Coalesce website is really the best place to find all the information about each session. Now, you notice we've got this Coalesce website. We're streaming in Crowdcast. And then we actually have a third tool that we're going to be using a lot throughout this conference, and that is our DBT Slack. So you can see that I'm in this Office Hours 2020 1202 channel, and hopefully you are too. If you aren't yet a member of DBT Slack, you can head to community.getdbt.com. It's taking a moment to load, and you can go through the sign up flow to join our Slack community. If you are new to the community, we would love it if you took just a moment to fill out your Slack profile. If I remember how to do this, edit profile, what I do, where I am, my pronouns, all these different things, and also probably most importantly, a profile picture, just to give each other some friendly faces. The reason that we are sort of doing our chat in Slack and using Crowdcast as our streaming platform is that Slack is really such a fantastic chat app. So fantastic that Salesforce just bought it, but you know. And so we wanted to use the tools for what they're best at. This is a thing that we do internally. We have our all hands meetings happening on Zoom, and then we head over to Slack and we sort of have the meta commentary happening here. So I'm going to say hi, everyone, and hopefully I'll get some waves back. There might be a little bit of a delay here. So this is the Slack channel for this particular office hours. For every single session, we have a separate Coalesce channel. So Coalesce Kimball today, Coalesce, oh, that's our private one for Coalesce speakers. Every single session has a matching Coalesce channel. Now, we did need to sort of shorten different session names into something that would fit in that Slack sidebar. So if you're ever wondering what the channel is for a particular session, it's also here. So Coalesce DBT 101, and if I click on that, it should pop me straight into Slack. I'm actually a strange person that uses Slack on my browser. And here I am, Coalesce DBT 101. I believe if we also look here, you'll get the link straight into your calendar invite as well. So another reason to use those calendar invites. Okay, so I think that's sort of all the how-tos. And now I'm just going to go through some of the things that we're most excited about for this event. So as I mentioned, day one, December 7th, is sort of our pre-event. And then we get into the really, really good stuff. December 8th, we've actually got JetBlue as our featured company. So every single day has a different featured company, and each company sort of represents a team that we really respect, and they're at different points on their DBT journeys. So JetBlue, huge airline over here in the US, and they recently completed a massive migration to DBT, and they did it all in 6 months. Now, I know a lot of teams that have far less of a data history. You know, they've got a much smaller amount of data that they have to migrate, and 6 months would be impressive for a small organization. So 6 months for a huge organization is incredible. And we're going to be hearing from Ashley from JetBlue about how exactly they pulled that off. So whether you're an existing DBT user, someone new to the community, hopefully this talk feels relevant, because even if your organization is already using DBT, you might one day head to another organization, take DBT with you, and we're really hoping that there's some tips here that you can take away and apply in any future migrations that you need to do. We've got so many incredible sessions happening this day. This one here, getting started with technical blogging. We have a few of these sort of longer conversational sessions where we're focusing on how we can empower people from different groups to really advance their careers. So for this one in particular, I think we're saying the questions here will be prioritized for women, I believe. I forget which one. There we go. Session specifically for women who want to raise their professional profile. So whilst we encourage everyone to attend, as we receive questions in that Slack channel, we're going to prioritize those that come from women, because we do see these sort of conversational sessions as ways that we can sort of close any gaps in our industry. Unfortunately, there's quite a few imbalances in the data industry. So one small way that we're trying to balance those out. The big ticket item, as well as Ashley's lead talk for the day, is probably this one. Tristan Handy, the CEO of Fishtown Analytics, talking about organizational epistemology. I'm not actually sure if I said that right. Someone can tell me in the chat if I said that right. It's one of those words I've only read. I haven't actually heard it out loud. More simply, how do we know stuff? Tristan's going to be talking about fake news and cultural norms and all these wild things. I actually haven't seen this talk just yet. I haven't seen a run through, and so I'm really, really looking forward to seeing this one and understanding how it all fits together and how it relates to us as data professionals. I think it's going to be really cool. Okay, so December 9th is our Pacific time focused day. We're pairing up with the team at Netlify, actually starting off with our own keynote just so that we could reach a few different time zones. And we're going to be hearing from Drew Bannon, the co-founder of Fishtown Analytics, sort of one of the person who wrote most of the very early source code for DBT, and now our chief product officer. And we've all heard of the modern data stack, and we're sort of one-upping here and talking about what is the postmodern data stack. So again, a session that I'm really excited about. We will be hearing from Netlify in 2 different sessions in this one. Emily from Netlify is pairing up with her former manager, Taylor, at GitLab. So a nice little collaborative session happening across 2 different companies about how to run your data team as a product team. And then we'll be hearing from Netlify again in the afternoon, hearing from a few different people on their team and really getting a look into how their team gets data done. We'll have Emily actually interviewing her own team and asking them about their challenges and their wins and what they're learning as they're rolling out DBT at a pretty large organization themselves. Then we head over to Europe on December 10th. We're featuring Trip Actions. So Trip Actions is a sort of booking site for corporate travel. And first off, we're hearing from Bastien and Jean-Francois about supercharging your data team. This team have been using DBT for quite a while. And so they've found all these ways that you can be even more powerful with DBT. And they're going to be sharing some of their tips in this session. We'll also be hearing from them in another Data Dream Team session. So again, getting that look under the hood of the different ways that their team works together. And then finally, still on December 10 for those of us on Eastern time, but December 11 if you're in Sydney, because they are in the future compared to us, we're going to be traveling to Australia, which is where I'm from. So we had to get this one on the calendar. It'll be evening for us on the East Coast of the US, but you should be able to make it also if you're on the West Coast of the US. So we have a hearing from Canva in terms of how they scaled their data platform to meet Canva's growth in data and teams. So Canva has billions and billions of events that they work with, web events. And so they've had to build a data platform that really, really scales. So yeah, excited for that one as well. We'll also be hearing from Vinci in the evening, night by our time, afternoon their time, about how to complete a data modeling project at such a large company. So sort of how do you take a project that all of us might do at smaller companies, but what does it look like to do that at a really large company and all the challenges associated with that? Again, tons of really interesting sessions throughout all of these days. I really recommend that you take a look at every single session, choose the ones that are most valuable to you. If you are like me and you want to attend every single session, you can also hit this button, subscribe to Coalesce 2020 calendar, and that will add every session straight to your calendar as well, which might make it a little easier if you're looking at attending more than just a few sessions. Okay, do people wave back to me in the office hours channel? Have a look. Okay, I got a few waves back. Yes, I do use Slack and browser. I can't handle the desktop notifications. Awesome. I think that is really all that I was going to go through. I'm going to quickly check back if I missed anything. We went through how to use Slack, how to sign up if you're not already there. We really encourage you to engage through those channels as much as possible. Every speaker will be hanging out in Slack for about 20 minutes after their session. So any questions that we don't get to during each session, we'll head over to Slack and try and answer as many as possible there. We went through how to build your agenda, some of our favorite sessions. So I think that's everything that I wanted to go through today. If you have any questions, drop them in the office hours channel. I'll be sticking around in the office hours channel just as I stick around in every single channel in DBT Slack. But with that, I think that is all that I was going to do. Oh, quick question from Fatima. Can you show us how to flip through different sessions in the schedule on Crowdcast? I think I can. I think I know what you're talking about. So I tend to go to the agenda first and then head over to Crowdcast. But you can also go through sessions straight from Crowdcast. If I remember how to do this. Fatima's put me on the spot here. There we go. Coalesce 2020 online. That's the link there. Should bookmark this one as well. And so you'll see all of the different sessions are lined up in Crowdcast as well. Not as many details here, just because we didn't have as much of a description field. But yeah, you can also sort of just hang out on Crowdcast all day and see what's happening there. Hopefully that answered the question. I'm going to add a tick to that. Oh, yes. Fatima's already on it. Okay. Well, with that, everyone have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you for the real thing.